So difficult to be that angster expression. Welcome, buddies. You're watching Medley with Maddie. I'm Maddie Dawson. This is episode number 3. After a long time, actually, we used to do movies, but this Wednesday we are gonna talk about the series, Netflix series, Wednesday. Yeah, I'm Maddie Dawson. You're watching Medley with Maddie. We've been doing, weekly Wednesdays. Usually we talk about some movies, but I thought we've done only 2 episodes on series. I thought I'll do, series after a long time. So this is episode number 3. Hi, Sirno. I'm sending a hi to you. Yeah. Uh, yes. I don't know how many of you have watched the Addams Family. It's I saw it as a cartoon series in the 90s, but then it has existed as a actual, what do you say, motion picture series from the 1950s, I guess. It's a pretty old, what do you say, amusing series, and it has its own motion picture version. It has its own cartoon version, and Wednesday is actually a child character and one of the family members. So it has the Adams family has a dad, mom, and sister, brother. So Wednesday is the sister, and I didn't know that this Wednesday series is about the Adams family, because in this series you mostly see Wednesday, and the story, the events are surrounding, happening around Wednesday, right? So I didn't know that, and one of my friends told it's actually a character from Adam's Family, and Adam's Family is one of my favorite cartoons from the 90s. So it's one of the famous series, cartoon series, and I loved watching Adam's Family, especially that hand, invisible, not invisible. The body is not visible, but it is just hand, right? So technically, if you go into it, it's someone using the hands, but then if you see it as series without any thinking, it's just a hand walking here and there and doing stuff. And the Frankenstein, the uncle, mom is like, she's almost like a plant lady. She'll be always seen with the plants. And the dad is like, he always done fun, does some funny stuff with science. And this is a whole family, and you should watch the Adams Family cartoon first. And even if you don't watch, if you have not watched Adams Family, I think this would still be a standalone series. They have made it in a way that, she has a weird mom and dad and his brother as a family, but then you can see this standalone series. And the way they have, I haven't been on ages. I had a campy thing which was make some girl graph. Yes, he was talking about in Discord, right? Yeah, we'll come back to that. So this series is basically comedy, but there is some horror element. So when I say horror, it's not intense horror or scarifying horror. It's just that they have retained that amusing elements from the Addams family. They have brought the hand, the thing. It's called the thing, and you see the hand walking here and there, helping out Wednesday, and her name is Wednesday. That's why the series is Wednesday. So it's like she's been expelled from her old school, and they are bringing her to a new school. Coincidentally, the new school is where her mother had studied as well, and she has a huge history in that school. And this is not at all, what do you say, a good idea for. Oh, well, let me just check the sound. Sound is good, I guess. Yeah, sound is good. Yeah, so joining this new school where her mother studied isn't a very good idea, and she doesn't like it, Wednesday, and she basically doesn't want to follow her mom's footsteps, and she wants to be like in her own way. And as you can see, the expression she gives, it's pretty classic, that every youngster has in their teenagers, especially when you're between 15 and 20. That's how you kind of oppose the whole world, right? Your mom, dad, friends, family. You kind of oppose everyone, and you want to follow your own thought process, which may not be good, or which may be bad. So she's in that kind of mode. And if you see her character nature, it's like dark. She wants everything black, and she prefers not to have friends. She wants to be alone. She's writing her dark mystery detective novel. So it's the character that attracts us. The first episode, when you watch it, more than the story, I think you will fall in love with the character. And definitely, I think that's why it's so famous, and one of the songs in this series, along with the remix of Lady Gaga's, I think, what is it, Bloody Mary. It went viral, and I came to know about this series watching that remix song, sped up version of Bloody Mary by Lady Gaga. And I watched the series. It's 8 episodes. I'm not sure whether they're going to come up with the second episode. So it's 8 episodes, like a very long movie, and it has that wholesome story, a detective mystery, murder mystery. So in the beginning, there's a murder, and it's like you get that Agatha Christie feeling, especially Agatha Christie feeling. You kind of get that Agatha Christie's murder mystery vibe, and also Harry Potter vibe. I found it amusing, especially when she's joining the school, and this school is especially for the outcasts, who has different pros. Excuse me, who has different sets of talent. So she has this, what do you say, she comes from a family where everybody's weird and they have some magical powers, and then there are like Wolfensteins and like a lot of amusing things, just like Harry Potter, where you get to see different sets of people, basically weird outcast, joining together in a school called Hogwarts. And here it's I think Harlem. I think it's called Harlem. I'm not sure, pretty sure. I forgot. But then the school is very amusing. The story setting is amusing, and the concept is basically murder mystery. And Wednesday is our detective, and how she solves the crime, the murder that took place, and her life is in danger, and whether she's what do you say? She's setting the right food with her mother, because in the first episode you see that she's angry with her parents because they are making her join the new school, especially where her mother studied. And then but then she kind of has this conflict, like I'm going to run away from the school, escape the school. But then there are some things that happening that makes her stay, and she's happy to stay. She's not agreeing, but I kind of feel so. She writes her own journals, so it's a narrative style as well. That is one of the things I loved about it. So it's a narrative style. We come to know a lot of things from the narration of Wednesday, and as I said, the different set of characters. So it's not only about Wednesday. She has a date, love affair, interest, and he's a guy who works in a cafe, and his father is a cop. So all the characters are interconnected, and a friend, as you can see, this is the friend, and she's a wolf, and she has her own story. The subplots is what makes it more interesting. Every character has subplot, and finally it's interconnected, and you kind of try to figure out who's the murderer. Along with Wednesday, you are traveling, all along the 8 episodes, you're traveling with Wednesday, trying to find out who's the murderer, and there's a monster involved. So it's almost like a fancy drama tale with mystery, suspense. I don't think you can rate it as comedy horror. It's like mystery, suspense genre, and I love watching it. I didn't intend to watch it completely, but then after first episode, you couldn't stop it. You kind of it's tailor made for people who binge watch, and especially if you have watched Addams Family before in the cartoon or the old TV series, and definitely you're gonna love this. I didn't expect they would make a series where one of the children of Addams Family grows up and they are in their teens and gets to the school, and it's kind of very very nostalgic, bringing back my childhood memories. And also this has connected well with the this generation who love the series as well. And yes, it's pretty interesting. I'm like, I saw in comments that day that if they made a whole series out of the thing, being thing as the protagonist, I would still watch it. So that's the kind of response it's been receiving. And yes, definitely I would love to watch more series spawning out of this Addams Family. I want to know more about what happened to them. Like, we used to watch the cartoon series back in my 90s, but now it's grown up, right? They've it's very good and creative as well as to come up with such a series. And I'm expecting more series, more episodes for Wednesday, more seasons for Wednesday, and more new series from the Addams Family universe. And I'm looking forward. Do watch it. It's in Netflix, and as I said, it's just 8 episodes for now. I'm not sure whether they're going to come up with second season, and it's pretty almost 1 hour. Every episode is 1 hour in length, and as I said, there is story, there are characters, and there is a mystery element, murder mystery trying to solve, the detective genre. So most of the great movies and great series, if you try to find out what is common among them, you will find that most of them has this detective genre. Like, there will be somebody trying to work out a mystery and trying to find out what happened, who's the killer, or who's all behind this, who's the villain, who's the boss. That's the most common thing you'll find in any great movie or any great series. And Wednesday has the detective, detective mystery solving genre, and you'll be, as I said, you'll be traveling along with Wednesday to figure out and find out who's the killer or who's behind all these things. And I've not revealed any spoilers. You can still go watch this series. I've told you that story is interesting, the characters are interesting, and you have friendship, you have romance, you have action. I'm not sure, action is not like Tom Cruise action here, but still there's some monster action, fantasy action, and then mystery, suspense, song, dance. I think it's a wholesome family entertaining package. You can sit with your mom and dad or your brother, little sister, and watch it, and you'll be amazed. So there is no obscene or what do you say, profanity here. You kind of enjoy it, and I was really I felt it had only 8 episodes. I thought it should have been more. They should have made more, but I think they released it last year, so hopefully we'll expect more seasons from Wednesday. And definitely I'm looking forward to more series from the Addams Family universe, and I hope they come up with more series. The Thing, especially one series for the Thing, one series for the brother, one series for the mom and dad, and there is his uncle. So they could make a lot of series, right? Like how we see in Marvel, we are getting a lot of series in Disney Plus Hotstar, and movies, standalone movies for each and every superhero. I think it makes sense. If you Addams Family is a very potential candidate to make a lot of series and movies, and they could be thinking about a movie too. Because it has struck gold with the younger generation, and this new generation has liked it. And the song, Wednesday's song, this actress is so good. I mistook her for Parks and Recreation. There's one more similar character in Parks and Recreation mockumentary series, so I was thinking, but then she's a different actress altogether. Yep, I hope you enjoyed this episode. It's available on Netflix. I enjoyed watching it. Don't miss it out, especially if you're a fan of Addams Family. Don't miss it out. You'll be having nostalgic memories watching this series. And yes, thank you, Cyrano, for dropping by. Hope you're recovering well. Unfortunately, Cyrano's hand had a cut, I guess, and he's recovering from it. So let's all wish him get well soon. And yes, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Tomorrow we'll continue Hogwarts Legacy, and Friday, Blade Black is dropping by. Do look forward to it. It's a very good action thriller, and my first action thriller short movie. So I'm like really excited to release this movie, and I hope and believe that you guys will like it and love it. So do look forward to it. This week is packed, and see you until the next episode. You're watching Medley with Maddie. I'm Maddie Dawson. Bye-bye.